It's recording now, son, so we'll just have to edit this first part out.
That's fine.
But it's doing its thing now.
Let her eat, baby.
Get you over a little bit better.
Yeah.
All right, well.
Hard to fit 2 diamonds in one picture.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Look at that. Oh. Well, we appreciate y'all tuning in with something new we're going to try. For those of y'all who don't know me, I'm David Price. I'm currently sitting senior deacon in Sam Todd 182 in Sugartown, Louisiana. Brother Bailey, you want to tell them who you are?
I'm T. Bailey. I'm the current secretary and twice past master of Sam Todd Lodge 182 at Sugartown, Louisiana. Here with old brother Cuz.
We just couple old country folk figured we'd try our hand at this little new technology stuff, so bear with us. First time using the camcorder and all this on it. We got animals running around here, so if the camera bumps and wiggles, it's a little fuzzy thing hitting it, but just bear with us.
Just enjoy the ride.
That's what I'm talking about. Enjoy the view. I mean, you know.
Don't get much better.
But we just wanted to try to show kind of what masonry is to us, and the community, and the things we do for the community as a fraternity as a whole. And just kind of take you behind the scenes, the stuff that goes down, and get you a better understanding of it.
Kind of our way of personalizing it.
Yeah. Just I know people have mixed.
Quit it.
I know people have mixed views on Freemasonry, and I know before I first joined, I was the same way. You see all that stuff on Google, but we're here to prove that wrong. Show you it's nothing but just a bunch of good old boys. You ain't got to be nothing special. You just got to be you got to have a good heart about you. So, T, I'll let you tell them a little bit about the history of Sam Todd. Let them know the area we're at, and where that lodge, when that lodge got started and everything, so they know a little history about our lodge.
All right. Our lodge, Sam Todd Lodge 182, was founded in February of 1867 in a place at the time called Imperial Calcasieu, before the parishes were split up, kind of like a no man's land type thing out there. And our charter was brought by a gentleman with some important relatives. His name was Samuel Manning Todd. He was the nephew, if my memory serves me correctly and I repeat the story correctly, he was the nephew of...
You know, it happens to the best of us.
You're right. Memory's the first to go. He was the nephew of Mary Todd Lincoln, who was married to Abraham Lincoln. But that may not be correct wholeheartedly, but that is the story that I've heard millions of times.
Boy, sounds good.
Yeah, it does. But he came from New Orleans on a horse and buggy, 7 days one way. I'm sure that was an interesting journey.
I bet it was. Ooh, that's a long ride for a horse and buggy.
But he brought us our charter, a Bible, and our officer jewels, I do believe, which we have still in a display box, shadow box in front of the lodge when you walk in there before you sign your name. It's located, I don't know if it's always been in that spot, but it's located right there at the crossroads of 113 and 112, the Sugartown crossroads. If you know anything about watermelons in this area, you know where the watermelon stand is. We're right across the street. It's been home to many a Mason. If you were a Mason back in the day, there's a 98% chance in this area you belong to Sam Todd.
Oh, come on.
Yep.
Awesome.
We've got petitions from men whose families have since moved on to other places. But we just about have every petition that's ever come through there. Be them getting voted in or being them not being accepted at all. We kept them all. We got all the paperwork. We got the original minutes. You name it, we just about got it. But that's a little history of our little lodge.
It's a good little history.
Yeah.
Good little lodge you got going on there, and that's what. To share a little background on me, I was raised in Kentucky. Masonically raised in Kentucky back in 2017, and a lot of good fellers up there in Kentucky. Gilbertsville Lodge 835 was my lodge up there in in Grand Rivers, Kentucky. Good men up there, good group of guys, and they do good work up there. And then in 2014, me and my wife moved down here, which is where I'm originally from. And I got hooked up with these Sam Todd guys, and I'm gonna tell you, they different. They different. But it really lit my fire for masonry again, because the work that they do down here, the work that we're involved in, and all the stuff we got our hands in.
It's been said that if you can't get your fire lit at Sam Todd, your wood's wet.
Hey, I believe it. I believe it. But what we want to kind of get out of this too is we get into stuff.
A lot of stuff.
Brother Bailey gets me in, man. We have some fun. I'm gonna tell you what. But we do a little traveling and stuff like that, and we kind of like to hopefully, if this catches on and you guys like what we're doing, we'll start taking you with us. And well, I mean, whether you want us to or not, we're gonna take you with us.
Yeah.
We're gonna do it.
Yeah.
So
you may not like us at first, but we're gonna grow up.
Yeah. Last weekend, the 7th, I believe it was.
I believe so.
Why don't you tell them where we was at, T? Tell them what you got us into that weekend.
Well, the 7th, we wound up in a little town in South Louisiana that has a rich history. Rich history. That little town is called St. Francisville, Louisiana. And we wound up there because of a Civil War reenactment of a Masonic funeral. The burial of Commander John Hart. And the reason we went to begin with was they had a gentleman from New York, St. George's Lodge number 6, I believe. Oh, I can't pronounce that name. That little town in New York.
Yeah, SCH.
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah.
Good group of guys, though.
We
got to meet them.
Great
but anyway, the gentleman's name was Gary. And Gary came down every year, and he played one of the Union soldiers in the reenactment of the burial of Commander Hart. Well, Mr. Gary passed away a couple of years ago. So in a way to honor Mr. Gary's memory and the years of coming down here partaking in the reenactment, they decided they would start what they like to call a Gary's list. And that's where you can put names of Masonic brothers who have passed away regardless of the year, and they call their names out in their lodge meeting as a way to honor them, and also as a way to continue the honor and memory of Mr. Gary. So I lost my grandfather, who was a brother of our lodge, and I got the honor to sit with him and my father for nearly 20 years at Sam Todd. I lost him in 2024. So I put his name on the list and wanted to go see what it was about. So, in true form and fashion, I grabbed my co-pilot here and we struck out. And boy, was it an experience that will be with us for the rest of our lives.
Brothers, it was amazing.
We showed up there on a Friday evening. There was myself and Brother Cuz here and a friend of ours, Brother Luke Gaspard, and our wives. They went with us, and we messed around, and me and Brother Cuz wound up at the lodge on Friday evening. And I'm one of those people, if I see you and you got a square and compass, we're going to be friends. Before it's over with, you're going to know me and I'm going to know you, and I'm going to know a little bit about you.
He ain't lying.
So we make a little block, and I see this gentleman coming out. His name was Brother Bill, and I almost clipped him. Came in hot on the wrong side of the road.
Blow it up.
I was afraid he was getting away. And I didn't see nobody else there, and I was anxious to talk to somebody. And rolled my window down, and I said, "Brother, how are you doing?" And he said, "Well, I'm doing fine, brother. How are you?" And I introduced myself and Brother Dave there, and told him what we were up to, and that we'd come a couple of hours away. We were there for Saturday's festivities, but we wanted to maybe get a private tour before everything took place. And he said, "A private tour?" I was like, "Yes, sir." He said, "I'll do you one better." He's like, we're about 15 minutes late from opening the lodge. You brothers want to join us? Well, I just wanted to know where to park. I'd have left that Escalade parked in the middle of the driveway. Well, they could have towed it. We'd have got it back. And I couldn't get out of the car fast enough. Now, according to Brother Cuz and my wife, my feet never touched the ground while we was going in that place. But
and so Jesus walked on water, Brother T. Bailey walked on air.
we got in there, and this lodge has been there since 1817. It is a beautiful lodge. So much history. But we got to the upstairs of the lodge room, and in true form and fashion, one of us, that being me, had left their phone and their dues card in the car. And you got to have that to visit most lodges. You need to have an up-to-date dues card. I did not have mine. So I persuaded these brothers that we have never met to examine Brother Dave there, and he'll vouch for me. So after a lengthy examination, they came back and with a stone chiseled face informed me, said, well, brother, this gentleman says he don't know you.
Oh, yes, it was amazing.
So after I look at Dave and I'm feeling kind of pitiful, like I'm out in the wind by myself, you know, they go to laughing and they're like, no, he vouched for you. So I had the distinct privilege and honor of sitting in there and opening lodge at St. Francisville, Feliciana 31, with a great group of guys.
Great group of guys. It was just like, it was like we were members of that lodge and we had stepped away due to work or something, and
it was like coming home.
Yeah, it was just like coming back home, man. It's like, hey, brothers, we ain't seen you in forever type thing. You know, it was, couldn't say enough about them brothers. Every one of them down there were great guys. Great guys. And Brother T was talking about the history of that lodge. There ain't hardly a spot on the wall inside that lodge that doesn't have some history hanging on it. Some photos, some their master photos and all that stuff, their past masters. But there was one picture that just like, it grabs your attention as soon as you walk in, and
we was in awe.
It was beautiful, and it was an oil painting of Brother George Washington, and I got to talking to some of the guys there in the lodge, and that their historian guy that was there.
I don't remember his name.
I am terrible with names. Terrible.
But we're going to find out.
Oh, yeah. We're going to find out. And he was telling us about that painting, and there's only 3 of them in existence. One of them is in Mount Vernon. One of them is in the Smithsonian Institute. And the third one's down there at Feliciana Lodge number 31. And those 3 are the only 3 original oil paintings of George Washington that were like that. And I mean, it blew me away. I was like, wow, here we are in this little town in Louisiana, beautiful town, and there's that painting, probably priceless, hanging in this little thing, this lodge. Just, it blew me away. And they had an old flag hanging up there too.
They did.
You remember what that flag was?
It was a American flag, and you could tell that it had a story that it wanted to tell. And boy, if it could have told it, there's no telling what it would have said.
Mm-hmm.
But above that flag was a picture of Brother McKinley, who was also President McKinley. But, and I may get this wrong, but we'll fix it if we do. Boy, anybody want a cat?
I may have straightened it up for us. I don't know.
This flag was given to Feliciana 31, but it was President McKinley's battle-flown flag. Yeah. So a piece of American history that you either going to have to pay a lot of money to go see, or there's going to be a security guard take you to see it.
Mm-hmm.
And you can go there and you can sit there in awe all you want if you want.
Oh, yeah.
And they'll let you look at it. And it was just a priceless piece that, I mean, you can't even hardly describe it.
Yeah. I know it got me, and Hart's his personal sword. It's hanging on the wall. The hand guards in the shape of a heart. They've got it there. It's just amazing. And like I said, the brothers welcomed us with open arms, and I could have spent the whole weekend doing nothing but learning about what the stuff they had on their walls inside that lodge and stuff. And
it was interesting.
The funeral procession, the reenactment of that funeral, them guys, that's another thing that was just in awe. And it was
so well executed.
And it was hot. I'm talking, it was hot.
It was, them boys in wool had it on.
I'm telling you, the ladies that was down there in the period dresses, and all the men in period Civil War dress with the wool coats and the hats, and they never missed a beat. They perfect formation and perfect cadence to their march, and the gentleman doing the funeral honors never missed a beat.
And we got to be a part of that.
Yes, that was one thing that meant a whole lot to me, was they let the brothers that were there follow the funeral procession in double file, and me and Brother T was in there with about 60 other brothers behind the period dressed funeral procession going down the road, or coming up the road and going into that old church right there.
The old Episcopal church.
Yeah. And that old church, the church itself was beautiful. The church itself was something to look at.
Oh yeah, you
Just
could marvel
gorgeous.
at it all day.
And when they brought the casket in and set it down and started doing the funeral processions, I'm gonna tell on myself here, but they had off in the distance, man, the bagpipes came in with Amazing Grace, and about that second round of Amazing Grace, another bagpipe would kick in with it, and it just. I'm glad I was sweating, because you crying? Nah, I sweat in my eye. You know what I mean? Like, it was just goosebumps. It was. I'm getting chills thinking about it right now. It was amazing. It's something, if you ain't ever checked it out, it's worth going.
What I thought was the most impressive was how, when the Union soldiers came up the road under their flag of truce,
yes,
it was the exact same path that they took.
Mm-hmm.
When they first had the Masonic funeral for Commander Hart. And then the brotherhood between the Confederacy and the Union Masons there at the crossroads, where the Confederates took control of the services from then on, is just, it makes you kind of think.
Mm-hmm.
These are people you don't know. You've never sat with them anywhere. You've been fighting these people, but you're bound by brotherhood. So they're not really strangers. They're just a brother you ain't never met yet.
Exactly.
And that right there that could floor somebody if you sit back and think about it long enough. Really get your attention.
It was beautiful. It was breathtaking. Give you chills. It was something to look at.
What else did they do up there?
Well, outside there, across the road from the, in the little yard there, the lodge, they had some vendors set up selling some little craft items and stuff like that. But across the road from the lodge, they had some canopies set up, and there was probably about, 8 or 10 teams out there. And part of what they did was a jambalaya competition to raise money. And man, it smelled good. It smelled good. That smell filled the air of all them jambalaya pots firing up.
Oh, yeah.
And, of course, myself and Brother T, we all about some food.
Yeah.
All about it.
Yeah.
So we had to go check it out. And you paid $5. I believe it was the teams paid $100 to enter. And then the spectators could pay $5 to get an armband. And that got you in and let you taste test all the different jambalayas. And then when you tasted all of them, you took your armband off and dropped it in the bucket of the one you thought would win. And we met some brothers from, what was that little lodge, that first one?
Humble Cottage.
Humble Cottage Lodge.
Humble Cottage
They
19.
Two brothers from Humble Cottage Lodge. And forgive me, because I am terrible with names. I don't remember their names, but them were two of the greatest brothers you'd meet right there. We hung out with them, talked with them for a while, smelt their food cooking for a minute.
Yep.
And went around and explored the other contestants, seen what they were doing, seen what they had.
Took some pictures of pots, some pictures of burners.
Yeah, they had some interesting custom-built burners there, and
Yep.
some custom-built windshields for their burners and stuff. And it was just amazing. Good fellowship, and then we started getting to taste the food.
Yep. And boy, that was good too.
That was amazing. There was some good food there. Every bit of it was good.
Every bit of it.
Every one of them we ate was good.
It was hard to vote.
It really was. It was a tough vote. Shout out to Denham Springs Lodge. They're the ones that won it, and they
won it again this year.
They're man, it tasted good. It was good. It was worth the win, worth the trophy.
I just hope they enjoy it.
Yeah, I'll tell them, T. Just go ahead and tell them what's going to happen next year.
Next year, we didn't know that they needed somebody to come cook.
Yeah.
A real jambalaya.
Mm-hmm.
If we'd have known that, we'd have showed up and we'd have just, we'd have gave it away for free.
Yeah.
But next year, Sam Todd's going to be down there.
Oh, yeah.
And we're going to break our pots out. And we're going to make it stink.
Mm.
So I'm hoping that Denham Springs don't get scared. And I say that because when we show up and we break our pots out, you can get full off the fumes.
I'm telling you. What?
It's just how it is.
Mm.
So, I love my brothers from Denham Springs Lodge. But if y'all want to keep that trophy next year, you better go ahead and make you a duplicate of it this year, because it'll be in Sugartown next year. You'll have to wait a whole year to come get that
Come
puppy.
on.
Oh, yes. We're going to, might as well. I mean, we go not only just to win the traveling trophy. We're going to go ahead and take People's Choice. We're going to go ahead and we're going to take it all.
I mean, if you're going to do it, do it.
You're right. Go big or go home.
That's what everybody else going to have to do.
They might. I don't even know if they should show up.
Oh, no.
You know what I'm saying?
No. We can't do that.
But
we got to have a little competition.
We'll start off slow.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And people might not like the trash talk, but trash talk is half the fun.
That's what I'm talking about.
So
it is. It's all in good fun, too.
Don't get scared.
Mm-mm.
Pay you $100 entry free next year. And if you got a lodge and you got 3 or 4 or 5 brothers, you may need the whole lodge to beat us.
You're going to need it.
Gather them up.
You're going to need it.
I mean, we don't do 1 minute rice. Come on down and get your jambalaya out the box. Pour it in your pot, whatever you got to do. Spice it up a little bit. Just know there's a party coming next year. It was a little quiet this year, but I can tell you, next year, you'll know where the noise is coming from. You just look for them boys in bibs and them black and white hats, and you'll know that you've arrived at the party.
That's it. Going down.
And we will look for each and every one of our brothers from, at least a representative from every lodge in Louisiana should be there.
Yes.
It's a great event. It's for a great cause.
Mm-hmm.
And we need the competition. I mean, we're looking for somebody to come and give us a challenge.
We need to be challenged. It's been
part
a
of it. But what was that little girl doing out there? That lady that had the little booth.
Oh, the one that was selling the little craft items
yeah.
and stuff. Yeah, she had some engraving and stuff. She was engraving different glasses and them. I can't even say that word. Them fancy snack board things. Them chukries or whatever. I don't know. One of them fancy boards.
Smorgasbords or
something like that.
Yeah.
You're supposed to put food on it and eat it.
We call that a buffet up here.
A little buffet, yeah. Yeah. But they was beautiful little things, beautiful artwork and stuff like that. And I believe she did custom orders. If you had something you wanted engraved on something, she could do that.
She had flask and decanter sets and Masonic engraves on some and other stuff on others. And they had that guy there drawing portraits.
Yep, they had that fella there that would do the character drawings of you, make you look like a cartoon or whatever. And from what I seen, he was pretty good.
Very good.
But and they had a guy that he wrote a book about the day the war stopped, a historical book on it, and he was there selling them books and signing copies for it. And can't remember his name either. Terrible with names, but he surprised me because he's a young kid.
He's young
and
seems a pretty young gentleman there,
and pretty stand-up guy. He was in period dress, and he had wrote the book about the history of it. And I think he was a history major in college or something.
I think so.
It was just all around brothers, even if you got wives that aren't really into doing the Masonic thing and don't really care about the reenactment part of it or whatever, that whole town. Ow! You want a cat? Does anybody want a kitten? Whoo! One more time. Anyway, if you got wives that don't really care about that situation, that whole town, like there's plenty of stuff to do. Like the Rosedown Plantation, we toured that. Beautiful. The Myrtles is right down the road if you're into that spooky stuff, you know. And the
coffee was good.
The coffee, yeah. Coffee.
The Myrtle was good.
Yeah. Their coffee was pretty good.
Yeah.
But anyhow, the whole town is full of antique shops, boutiques, just fancy little frilly stuff.
So just give her your check.
Yeah.
And you come hang out with us, and she can go shop if she
That's
wants
it.
to.
I mean, and they got anything there from McDonald's to $100 a plate restaurants.
Yep.
So I mean, whatever tickles you fancy, whatever you can afford or can't afford or whatever. We're just two regular guys. We went and stayed 2 or 3 nights down there and checked everything out and
enjoyed every bit of it. Met some great brothers. We met some great friends, probably lifelong friends from the Grand Lodge of Florida.
Yeah,
Brother Glenn and Brother Kurt. We'll give a little shout out to them.
Two great guys.
Two great guys.
Yeah.
We enjoyed. Probably most of our time, the people that we visited with was Brother Glenn and Brother Kurt, and they are a hoot. We fell right in there with them, and it's like we'd known them forever, just like them brothers from Feliciana 31. Just a warm welcome, and they're just as happy for you to be there as you are to be there.
Yep.
And you can tell. You can tell it's something that means a lot to them, and they're glad that it's something that means a lot to you.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
But it was, can't stress it enough. You ain't ever been, you need to go.
No, you should definitely go.
You need to go.
Take your wives. Let them come see what it's about. If you got young kids that are teenage boys that one day you think may want to join a lodge, bring them with you. Let them see what it's all about. It's not what the internet says it's about. So sometimes you got to see it firsthand, which is something that we want to try to bring to y'all by doing these little high-tech podcasts in a low-tech world.
That's it. And we don't know how much we'll be able to do because I just got a feeling there may be some lodges that ain't going to let a camera. And I ain't trying to get into lodge or anything with it, nothing like that. But just sit down and meet some brothers and just interview them and see what Masonry means to them and what it's done in their life. Maybe we can do something like that. And
you got any questions about any of the stuff we mentioned? We have planned a trip back down to Feliciana 31 on July the 7th.
Yep.
That's their first Monday meeting. We're hoping to bend somebody's ear down there.
Yeah.
Maybe answer some questions. If you send us some questions you need answered, we're going to do that. We're going to try to catch the historian, maybe a few of the other brothers, and do a couple little interviews with them to get it out there to y'all. That way y'all can kind of understand why we were so excited to be there.
Yeah.
We'll see if maybe they'll let us, bring the camera in and shoot maybe a couple of shots and maybe explain some of the stuff, some of the history on the walls. So if you're not able to make that trip till next year, you'll get to see some of it before then.
Yep.
We got a lot of upcoming events that we want to go do. We also belong to Habibi Shrine Club out of Lake Charles and the ancient accepted Scottish rites of Valley of Lake Charles. We're active in all three, the Blue Lodge, the Shrine, and the Scottish Rite. So we hope that we'll get some kind of access and be able to do some extras, little benders down there. Maybe we'll hit a few of them interviews with some of them brothers that we know down there that are just as eager to talk about Masonry as we are.
Yeah.
Y'all think we would like to go do it? Send it out to us. If we can make it, we'll do everything in our power to make it. We got a big thing coming up next March. We're hoping to do, if we can get it off the ground. Tell them about that, Brother Dave.
Well, it has to do with the Alamo, and it's March 6th, I believe. It's
Yeah,
a
I believe so.
Friday. It's where the Masons come together and honor all the fallen Freemasons that were there at the Alamo. And they lay wreaths in remembrance of it. And that's one thing we're planning to do, hopefully, next year, is go be a part of that. I don't believe anybody from the Louisiana lodges go over there with a wreath or anything to represent the Louisiana Freemasons. And that was something that the Florida boys kind of challenged us on, to kind of hook up with them and see about maybe getting that done. So if that's something you or your lodge is interested in, drop it in the comments below, and when we get more details on it and get closer to time, it's something, if you want to be included in, we'll reach out to you and we'll give you the proper channels to get it done, or hitch a ride with us, or whatever, you know what I mean, and we'll get it figured out. We got a lot of stuff. We got some cookings coming up that we're going to do, some fundraisers, and Sam Todd Lodge, we're always doing something. We had like Sam Todd Santa, and we had the Easter Bunny at Easter, and
we're going to be giving some stuff away around the 5th of July.
Yep, and
our Freedom Feast.
Yep, the Freedom Feast. This Saturday, the 14th, if I get this video thing figured out and get it uploaded soon enough, Sam Todd Lodge is going to do the First Responders meal, isn't it?
First Responder Appreciation, yep. Start at 6 p.m.
6 p.m. If first responders, that's EMS, that's fire department, police department, anything nurses, doctors, and I believe linemen.
Yeah, I believe so.
Are included on first responders now. The electrical linemen. So if you are one of those, or somebody you know is first responder, falls in that category, come on out, Sam Todd, and we'll feed you. We'll feed you something out there, and whatever it is, going to be good. It's going to be good. And stuff like that coming up. And we'd like to take you with us and maybe interview some people while we're there, and if they don't mind getting in front of the camera. And what else we got coming up? I know we do a school supply giveaway every year, stuff like that. Halloween handout we do there at Sam Todd.
We're hoping to have our first ever Pastor Appreciation Night.
Yep.
Getting some of the local pastors to come out because of the stigma that Masonry has. Yeah. It's another barrier that we'd like to break down.
Yes.
And let them see that we're all working for the same goal.
Mm-hmm.
As Brother Fred says at Sugartown Baptist Church, we're working for the same goal, but we're taking different routes to get there.
Amen.
Amen.
Wholeheartedly agree. So yeah, we hope to bring y'all along in some of that stuff and just kind of give you a little closer eye if you've ever just been curious but just ain't real sure. We'll kind of show you what it's about. Make your mind up then, see if that's something you want to do or not. So with that being said, I guess we'll wrap this first episode up. If you're still with us, thank you.
We're going to add a message from Mama every episode.
Yep, and that's one thing I was going to do after wrap up here is my Aunt Vicky, and it's Brother T. Bailey's mother-in-law. She's elderly, and she has to have care around the clock, but still sharp as a tack. And she's always giving people little tidbits to life and stuff like that. So I wanted to make a little segment on here called Messages from Mama, because everybody calls her Mama, whether that's their mama, their aunt, whoever. They all call her Mama. So and the other day we was in there talking to Mama, and we was telling her about what we was going to do, this podcast and everything, and tell our story, and hopefully get some other Freemasons to tell their story. And that was one of the messages she gave us. So today's message from Mama is sit down and talk with your family, especially the elderly in the family that have thousands of stories to tell, and they're just dying for somebody to listen to them. And when they go, the stories go with them. And if you don't know their stories, then that's it. A lot of stuff you can learn from the older generations, and you just need to sit down and listen to them, have a cup of coffee with them, drink a beer with them, whatever it is you do, and just listen to them.
Because they may have went through something that you're going through.
Amen.
And it might be a way to help you get through it, or see that it ain't really as bad as you think it is.
You're right about that. You are right. So that's today's message from Mama. Just listen to your family, listen to the stories they have to tell, and you never know, it could help you out. So we'll wrap it up there. First episode in the books. And if you stayed with it this long, we appreciate it. And like I said, bear with us. We'll get through this and learn how to make the videos better. And I'm sure probably won't edit none of it out because I don't really know how to edit or nothing yet. Hoping I can get it online. So we got a YouTube channel. Going to make a Facebook page.
What's the name of the channel?
The Living Level. If you look it up on YouTube, it'll be Living Level 27. Living Level 27. We do have an email, livinglevel27@gmail.com, if you want to email us or just leave us a comment. And once I get a Facebook and stuff like that up and going, we'll tag it, let you know where it is, how to get it. But for right now, this will be on YouTube. So once again, thank you for hanging with us. And anything you want us to do, leave it in the comments. Any questions you want us to ask or places you want us to go, leave it in the comments.
We look forward to it.
Yep. Anything else you want to add?
I got nothing.
Yeah.
Any words of wisdom?
Well, we was talking the other day, and T. Bailey stumbled upon one that really hit me in the gut. So if you look around and everything seems to be really dark, just remember that you might be the only light that somebody sees in that darkness.
Come on.
Just think about that. Think about it. So with that being said, till next time, we'll see y'all. Keep it real on the Living Level.